Says the Malbim, and hey, Im, Achreshi Schil Nabos Esrasi. After he began to prophesy the future. Esrasi about that which is eventually going to come in the ultimate future, Edom, Bachas Yamin, and Edom at the end of days. Shavod Yagakim Mashikrelem Bizmana Kodem. He's depicting what's going to happen to them earlier in history, before the ultimate end. Shebo Oivim La'atzom, enemies came to the land, Ushlalu, and they looted it, Ubazitzu, and ruined it. Ukfar Bi'ar to explain, Shetzir Inya Mapolosam Oz, that he depicts the matter of their downfall then. Sha'anshe Briso, that the people who were in league and covenant with Edom, Hisiu, they convinced him at that time, many years ago. They should go to war outside his country, outside his land, on his enemies. And then when Edom was outside of its land, so enemies came into that land, the Chribas HaKol destroyed everything. That's why the pasuk draws an analogy between the enemies, Kiganovim, and thieves. Shenichnasim b'seisa, they came in private. Shelo b'dios ba'abayis, without the landlord's awareness. V'shoel, so the pasuk asks, Haloim boluch haganovim echlin mesa. If burglars have come, how could you remain silent? The Yashanta and sleep. The Yosemite said more than this. In Bocha Shode Lila, if the armed bandits at night came, Shashodi Mashmim Korash, the armed bandits make much more noise. Yosemite going than regular thieves. Echnid Mesa B'Shena. How did you keep yourself silent, but asleep? Below gosh, you didn't sense what's going on. Hello, Yigdavu Dayam. They will steal that which suffices for them. The Lama Lola Kitsosa Mishnasecha. Why don't you wake up from your sleep? Legari Shosam, to banish them. Mosifle more, and the pasuk goes on to say, in Botzrin Bolach, Shein Boim B'Sadeh Shein Ba'abai Shom. It's like people who come to harvest field where the Ba'abais is not, where the owner's not present. Kikain lo ha'isa b'makom shebo ha'shodadim. When because you weren't, you too weren't in the place where they came to rob. Halo eshal so ask halo yeshiru olalos. The leave ice grapes came shirein penya bo Ba'abais. V'lo yikatzu esakol. You can't eshal. In other words, they're afraid that the Ba'abais will come, the owner will come, and notice what's going on. So therefore, they leave something around. Now, this is a very important point to make, which is the prelude to the next few psukim, which is that one of the traits of Esav of Edom is it's like the words like it, very blank on the word. But it's the same thing as when Esau, we mentioned this last week, asked Yaakov Avinu how to take miser off of salt and off of straw. So Esau has this capacity to put on a face, to have a facade, and what the Malvim is saying here, so is that Esau will deceive is a good word, Ronnie. Thank you. Esau learned this behavior, which is to deceive and lull into a sense of security the people it needed to calm, such as Yaakov Avinu. So, if somebody actually leaves little grapes here and there, they're trying to pretend that nothing terrible happened and that everything is okay and no lapses occur. So that's a very Esav trait. But here we're not talking about Esav himself. It's interesting. We're talking about what happened to Esav. That Esav didn't know that it itself was being conned and made to leave its land by going out to war and having the land destroyed behind them. That's what the Malvim is explaining in the pasuk. Not that Esav is a deceiver. Esav is the deceived. They learned from being deceived how to deceive. But in this pasuk, Esav and Edom are the ones who are deceived. So that's what Rashi says. Also, Rashi says, "Halo botzim yishira lulos." The harvesters will leave fruit. Ve'le yishilcha klum. Actually, he says they won't leave you anything. They won't even leave the olos. According to the Mami, they will leave a little bit. According to Rashi, won't leave anything. Ki chapsucha, they're going to search you out. They're going to loop, and they're going to reveal, v'yidrashu, and pursue matzpunecha, your inner essence. So, whether we like Rashi that that they're not going to leave anything, or like the mom, they're going to leave something. The point is that you, Edom, should have learned from your history, where you were precariously perched and almost went extinct, to have a certain sense of solidarity, of compassion on others in the same boat. And you didn't. You don't have that compassion on others. On yourself, yes, but not on others. So we say in the next pasuk, and this pasuk we have to come back to next week. Ech nechbesu Esav, nivu matzpunav. How is Esav sought out? According to Talmud, it's detected. Nivu and its hidden places were revealed. It says the Malvi. Ech nechbesu Esav, shira kasuf. The way to measure this pasuk, meaning the way to inflect it, is Esav. Right? Listen, Esav. Ech nechbehu Shem Akriya. It's the name by which he's calling Shem's God Esav. Ech nechbesu v'novu v'nitkal niskal matzpunav. How are they sought out and spewed out and revealed his inner soul secrets? Those who come and to steal from others don't have time to check all the hidden places below Pach without fear. And how is it that your enemies did not have any fear that enemies are going to come back and turn against them to war? In other words, the mom is going with this historical perspective that Esav was lured out of their towns in order to go fight war, and the women and children were killed in the meantime, or sold into slavery, whatever the case may be. So, the question which the pasuk is asking is, why Esav, in his early history, was so frum, right? And eventually it became clear that it's not true. The inner essence comes through in the end. So this is actually what is the prophecy, which is part of prophecy. It's a question, but it's also part of prophecy in that it's saying that this is eventually what's going to happen again. In other words, how Esav's Julas happened in the past. It's fast, but the future is still going to happen again. They don't learn their lessons. So let's see Pasuk Zayin. We have a little bit of time. We don't really, but let's see it anyway. To the boundaries, you were sent by Kohan Shebi, said about all your allies. They fooled you. You were overridden um, by the people who had who requested your peace. Mazor. They will your bread. They will place among themselves as mazor tachtecha. Sorry, that. Uh, they're going to put a bandage beneath you. Ain't munabo. There's no wisdom in it. So this is a very cryptic pasuk. Um, let's see the